Smriti Irani is with us tonight, and she's, of course, a former union minister, top BJP leader. Interestingly, she's had a role in the making of this bill, I'm sure, because this draft has been worked on during her time as Union Minority Affairs Minister. So first of all, Smriti Irani, a lot of people happy to see you tonight on air, you know, and on such an important issue. Now, tell me, broadly, what is this about? Can we make it a little less complicated? What is the intent behind this? And who is it aimed to hurt?
I think it's aimed to heal and not hurt. Firstly, I'm grateful to be back on your platform in a conversation with you, and grateful that your viewers have tuned in for the same. One needs to, let's say, address the charge of the opposition. Now, let me look at the charge of the opposition in reverse. Firstly, the opposition says that this is an attack on Article 30 with regards to establishment of educational institutions by minorities. Now, there is absolutely no provision in the bill proposed by the government which disallows or in any way interjects in the rights of any minority community members to establish any institution, much less education institutions. Then there is a charge by the opposition that this is in contravention of Article 25 of the Constitution, which means that the government is trying to dissuade individuals from practicing the Islamic faith or preaching about it. There is not a single sentence in the bill proposed by the government that speaks about curbing the rights of Muslims to either practice their faith or to preach their faith or to pronounce allegiance to their faith. Then there is the provision that the opposition speaks about, which is with regards to Article 26. Article 26 speaks about the rights of minorities or Indian citizens to practice or administer their religious affairs. There is absolutely not a single provision in the bill proposed by the government that in any way intervenes with religious affairs that are being practiced by individuals, especially those individuals that have affirmed the Islamic faith. Then the opposition talks about how federal structure is being hurt and the rights of state governments is being usurped. What is interesting is that if the opposition had read minutely what is being proposed by the government, they would have found that the board is to be nominated or be formed by state governments themselves. Lastly, the opposition claims that this is in contravention of Article 14, which ensures equality under law. Now, this is interesting because what does the law allow you? The law, irrespective of your religion, allows you to not only own property, but also gives an administrative and legal framework as to who within the executive, within the administration ascertains whether that property is truly yours or not. Now, be it a Hindu or a Parsi or a Sikh or a Christian, it is the revenue officer who will ascertain either on your request or on the directions of a court or a state government or under any circumstances legally, which will ascertain whether you yourself are the rightful owner of your property. Why should people in the Muslim community who create a waqf be denied that right? Now, Article 14, which is equality under law, also gives every Indian citizen the right to approach a court of law if they feel aggrieved. Why should that right be denied to somebody under the WAQF Act? What does the government propose? The government has proposed that if a tribunal's decision is to be challenged, then the person concerned can approach the High Court, the court of the land. Why should the opposition take umbrage when the proposal of the government is to strengthen a judicial interface between a citizen and the courts of our country?
Yeah, okay. So now let me try and simplify. You have a lot of knowledge about this, so you've gone to the full background and explained it. I'll just explain to viewers what is this WAQF situation. Viewers, you see, there are large bits of land. We estimate 9 lakh crores. Some people are saying about 1 million. So 1 lakh 9 lakh acres. Some people say 1 million acres. How big is that? How big is that?
May I?
Yeah, you may. How large is that land?
May I? You are known to propagate facts. So let me do a fact check for Arnab Goswami. You cannot claim that it's 9 lakh acres. It can be 10 lakh acres as well. I heard your opening remarks when you spoke about amassing a revenue of 25,000 crores from these WAQF properties. Arnab, there have been suppositions that the value of these properties goes beyond 1,20,000 crores. So how can you be factual?
No. So
when there is an administrative framework.
So in fact, yes, we are...
which allows that fact to come to the fore.
So you are, in fact, I'm totally on the same page.
In your opening remarks,
no, I'm in the same page as you.
You also spoke about how this is the third largest land pocket after railway and the Indian Armed Forces.
And the Defense Department, yes.
You did not speak about many who have usurped. When you talk about railways and defense, Arnab, that's the land of the people of India. It's not the land of a department. There have been instances where lands of the people of India have been usurped.
Okay, so can I take it from there? Thank you. So you are not wrong. I'm only making some approximations to give a sense of the
governments.
Yeah. So let me add to that, viewers. This is a good fact check from Smriti Irani. It's not a bad fact check because she's taking my argument forward, and I compliment her for that. What I said is that we need to make this relate to the people. Okay, let me attempt 1 second. And problem is with Smriti is that since she's come after a couple of months on my program, she's doing what she does best. She wants to fact check me every 20 seconds. But let me take this forward, and she'll agree with me. See what is happening, viewers.
Somebody should.
Smriti, yeah, good. I'm saying great. I'm glad you didn't become a TV anchor. You would have never let me speak. The question is this. Viewers, there is a whole lot of land here. There is more land with the WAQF board. The people who say Adani, Ambani, these WAQF board have more land wealth than Adani, Ambani, Tata, Birla, everyone put together. And this land is all controlled by a group of 200 to 300 people approximately. Smriti is further right. This land value could be into lakhs of crores. Even if you put a small percentage figure on what they should be earning of it, they should be earning minimum 25,000, maybe lakhs of crores. But what do they declare? They declare only 200 crores. Now, I don't understand this. How is this happening? Where does the money go, Smriti? Where does all that money go? Whose pockets does it go to?
Firstly, it is not only about property.
Yes.
As we speak, Arnab, if your team goes to the website of the Telangana WAQF board, you will find that they are giving services which pertain to marriages, divorces and khula. Now, there have been complaints by women in the state that after the government has banned triple talaq, men have gone to the board, the WAQF board, and said, annul the marriage because my wife will not give me a divorce through the normal legal process. Arbitrarily, khula has been given. And these women now, whose marriages have been, for the lack of a better legal word, annulled, now are running from pillar to post trying to find justice. I myself, as Minister Minority, am witness to a case where a fatwa given was converted into a board resolution declaring Ahmadiyyas as non-Muslims. Now, it is not the right or the responsibility of a board to declare who's a Muslim, who's not. So while we are looking at the amendments from the perspective of only property, please understand the overarching effect it has had on other facets, especially of the lives of poor Muslims and poor Muslim women. In fact, why only poor? Even a lady from a well-to-do family in Lucknow had approached the government to say that she feels her inheritance rights will be taken away by the Mutawli, which we can loosely call as manager of the Waqf that has been created in her family. She had no legal recourse to protect her inheritance rights. There have been journalists who have come to the fore with evidence as to how these managers, so-called, of the estates, when you talk, Arnab, about why a small fee is being declared, that is because these managers of the estates are either selling or leasing out that property without the knowledge of the owner of the property, in cahoots with somebody or the other on the board.
So they're leasing out, but the money is going where? The money is not being declared.
It is fascinating. It is black money. There have been enough investigations that have found that the managers themselves are telling reporters कि आप हमें कैश दे दो, हम आधा बोर्ड के मेंबर को दे देंगे, आपको सर्टिफिकेट दे देंगे और किसी को पता नहीं चलेगा. These people who are the real owners of the property, now under the law which was proposed by the UPA government,
yes,
would run to that very board where one member has helped usurp the property. And that is why the declaration of the amount is so less.
So Smriti Irani ji,
then the person would run from the board to the tribunal.
Yeah, what is therefore coming
and
across?
Whatever the tribunal or the board said would have been final, and the person had no legal recourse in court.
Correct. So what is coming across here, viewers, is this.
So this is a vicious circle of a few people.
Yeah, they are using
looting.
They're using. Yeah. Okay, please complete.
They are using the religion as a fig leaf to loot.
I will give you one more example, viewers. You see, how does the Congress party get the Muslim vote? Or Samajwadi party or others? All you have to do is keep the rich Muslims happy and use them as influencers. And so there are some very, 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 very rich Muslims. And they're getting money off this property. For example, in Rajasthan in 2012, there are 18,950 Waqf properties. You know what is the revenue they declare? 88 lakhs. Can you imagine? Almost 20,000 Waqf properties are declaring 88 lakhs as income. Where is the money going? Smriti Irani says going into black money into the pockets of these people who control the Waqf. This is nothing but economic tyranny of the Muslim community. And what is Modi government saying? Modi government is saying all the money which is got first must be accounted. Then this money should go to the welfare of widows, divorcees and orphans. What is OAC saying? What is Rahul Gandhi saying? Let the people, the rich Muslims who are making the money, make the money. That's as clear as it is. One question to Smriti before I let her go. Smriti Irani ji, you know, these people are now saying, who are you to interfere? It is about my religion. Once a Waqf, always a Waqf. Once a Waqf, always the Waqf. If you have a problem that there are rich Muslims making money, it's your problem. But you are nobody to change it. That's their point. Once a Waqf, always a Waqf. Your counter to that.
So, if you allow me a little bit more time, I think there's one very, very big issue which is not being touched in our conversation, which is Waqf by user. Today, which the proposed bill seeks to strike down, which became a bane for many people. Now, to simplify for your viewers, under that section that was proposed by the Congress-led UPA, any individual associated with the board could declare any property as Waqf.
Yeah.
There have been cases where people have said कि एक ज़माने में मुगलिया सल्तनत में किसी सेनापति ने यहाँ तंबू गाड़ा था या यहाँ नमाज अता करी थी, इसीलिए आज वो वक्फ है.
ताजमहल भी ले रहे थे.
There have been cases where people have said, Acha, I have made a little kabar and I am hereby declaring this Waqf land. Arbitrarily, singularly. And if I talk about the Muslim community, Arnab, then the Bohra community within the Muslim faith have gone all the way up to the Supreme Court against the Waqf Board of Maharashtra. Why? Because all their trust properties were taken in without their consent under the Maharashtra Waqf Board. There have been Shia families who have said that because we are less in number, our entire properties have been usurped by the board. Now, that being said, not a single opposition member today has expressed one question. Why is it that non-Muslims were allowed to create Waqf? Anybody who has an understanding of the Waqf knows it's a part of the Islamic faith and its practice. Why did the Congress-led UPA allow non-Muslims, those who do not believe in Islam, those who do not practice Islam, to create Waqf? Another question, Arnab, is that everybody today from the opposition spoke about non-Muslims. But is it that everyone who spoke from opposition was Muslim? I have presided over the Central Waqf Council for 1.5 to 2 years as chairperson. I'm not a Muslim, I'm a Hindu. And I'm a woman. Did we usurp anybody's masjid? No. This proposal of the government is not to stop the practice of the Islamic faith or to usurp masjid or dargahs or qabristan. It is to bring transparency and ensure rule of law. And I'm shocked that a former chief minister said, collector ko kyun pooch rahe ho? A survey commissioner can only do survey, cannot ascertain whether the property is truly yours or not. Why is it that the opposition does not want the poor, the Muslim women to have their properties ascertained under the rule book? And it circles back to your introduction, so that the lands of the helpless and the hapless can be usurped in the name of religion, so dalals can run scot-free, women can be denied their rights, and they will keep flaming up and flaring up communal passions so that justice cannot be done.
Well, I think you put it well, only I think that this time they will not be able to flare up.
Today's proposal of the government is justice for all, without appeasing anyone. And I would like to compliment the Prime Minister. Every question of the opposition was answered elaborately. Yet, with the spirit of collaboration and cooperation, it is the government that proposed the JPC.
Yeah, I hope that is a quick process because it's a big change. You explained it extremely well. And this sets up...
What stops the opposition? What stops the opposition from cooperating to protect the rights of poor Muslims and women from dalals? That is the question.
Let's hope this JPC doesn't take too much time. Smriti Irani, I thank you so much for that. You've explained it well and really set it up well for the debate tonight. Thank you so much.